really appreciate it. I want to kind of dive right in with the current situation. Obviously, this is something that we've never experienced before. So I'm curious, what are you seeing in terms of your impacts on your business? And how are you sort of managing it? Are you sort of still in triage mode? What are you seeing with your businesses, and just kind of bring us up to date? And I guess I should call on people. So why don't I start with you, Tamika?
Sure. So you are right that this is unprecedented times for certain. And, you know, we have really made it a priority to take care of our people, our clients, the community. All of those things have played a significant impact on the things that we're doing. And so in our industry, I think, you know, we are not in the business of selling widgets, right? It really is the intellectual capacity of our people. And so to some extent, we have always worked virtually to the extent that we needed to, right? And so this is really no different, other than the fact that we are sort of mandated to do so. So we've had to think about working differently for everyone across the board, as opposed to, you know, certain individuals. And so I think it's changed the landscape. And so culturally, it's definitely a shift. But in general, in terms of our ability to get things done and to, you know, still utilize our resources, there's been no shift in that. And I think we've seen that across all of the professional service firms.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Pinkie, shifting over to you, what are you seeing both at Graham Holdings and both in the industry as well?
So, you know, Graham Holdings is 20,000 employees globally, but we only house a little over 100 people in Rosslyn. And so we've been pretty technologically astute over the years, and, you know, folks have worked from home. And but I have to say, the amount of time that people work from home, this is absolutely unprecedented for us. I mean, we have some remote work employees, but, you know, the core people in the Rosslyn office are folks who we really are connected, and we, you know, depend on each other. We're able to look at each other, you know, every day. And so it is a little bit of a new paradigm for much of the corporate office. I will say, though, that we were very prepared. We actually closed our offices now 2 weeks ago today. It was the last day. We got a little bit ahead of this. And so I think that we are all kind of finding a new norm, if you will. It's working very, very well. But I must say that, you know, for the 20,000 people that are affected globally, I think this is the first time we've seen a situation where it has affected our whole business globally. Interestingly enough, the human spirit just continues to rise on so many levels. And, you know, we had really excellent business contingency plans at each division. And so those are now being deployed at the moment. And, you know, we feel really good about how we've been able to mobilize as a company and still provide our, you know, our services, our products, whatever it is that we are doing, and being diversified. You know, you would think that sometimes over the years, I've been at the company for 22 years, and over 22 years, I've seen different things in different businesses. Never have I seen one thing affect everything. And so that does kind of change the paradigm a bit. We are relying heavily on those contingency plans. The human spirit is absolutely amazing. Watching our folks mobilize across the world to make things happen has been really, really satisfying. And when you think about why you plan for these kinds of things, in my lifetime, I never thought I would see this kind of this type of global challenge, but watching how we plan for it and seeing us execute on it, you now know why you do all that contingency planning, and to see it at work is a pretty awesome thing.
Yeah, for sure. Carolyn, shifting over to you, a little bit of a smaller company, but you guys being in the tech space probably are fairly well positioned in terms of at least the remote working part of this. So tell us what you're seeing both at LiveSafe and just in general in the tech community.
So at LiveSafe, we're a mobile safety communications platform. So our customers use us to be able to communicate around safety and security related issues, both their employees or students reporting in, or the companies themselves broadcasting out and communicating things. So what we've seen is a huge surge in the business in terms of activity. Obviously, as companies and colleges all over the world are all, sending all their students and their employees to work from home. There's lots of questions and lots of, requests for information and, concern. And so our team has just been extremely busy. Our call volumes in terms of our customers calling in and asking help, leveraging the platform to support has gone, significant, like a 5x usage, which is good because the platform is working. But for the staff and the team, also puts a load. And so we're a small company. We have 55 employees. So we've been really conscious of trying to support our employees first in terms of any resources and support we can give them as they support our clients because of the unique, position that we're in. And it has been a beautiful thing to see everyone pull together. I mean, our teams, we work as a company, remote, company-wide, every Thursday. We have for years. Our employees, that's a benefit that they like. So for us to transition into a completely work from home workforce had almost no impact. It was seamless for us from a tech and a process perspective. But what has been a big shift for us is as this crisis has evolved, our customers have wanted to engage more and ask for more help and use the platform, in new and creative ways, particularly around COVID. So that really required our team to put in extra hours to be there to support them. And so that's been, I think, probably the biggest shift for us. And then the other thing that we did is we were always asking, I look at it as what can we do to help? So how can we help our employees? How can we help our clients and our partners? And how can we help the community? And so we also launched a free COVID app for any organization in the US to use our technology specific to COVID communications. And we had over 50 companies, right away sign up for that, which put even more, work on my team to deploy that and support them. But, we're a mission-based business, so everybody is mobilized and being really supportive of each other and, just trying to band together and help during this because it's unprecedented what we're, experiencing. So as an industry, I think security and tech companies are all working overtime trying to help in any way they can keep the communities and the people safe.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And Traci, obviously you're usually covering the news, and so now at this point, how is that going for you guys, and what are you seeing both within Politico and in the media industry in general?
Yeah, I mean it's been really interesting in that. We too, like Graham Holdings, it's been 2 full weeks now that we've been remote. And so we have been pleasantly surprised by how agile our employees have been. We've been able to, for the groups who didn't have Slack already, we've implemented that across the entire organization. We've been using Zoom and Uber Conference and some other things to make sure that we're still connecting face to face. But we have gone fully remote in a way that we're really proud of. Our newsroom is figuring out how to cover what they need to cover remotely. We do have a handful of folks that are occasionally going up to the Hill, but we're being really reserved in terms of who we're sending. And everything that we've done has been with an employee first, an employee safety first perspective. So if we have folks who say, you know what, because of my personal situation, I'm not comfortable covering that, or I'm not comfortable going there, or even before the 2 weeks when we sent everybody home, we were saying to folks, listen, if you need to work remotely for your own personal reasons, let's make sure we do that. And that's been really well received. So we did have a couple of folks early on, because of personal situations, want to be a little more self-isolating before the rest of the world went to social distancing. But again, with the use of technology, with the relationships that we had built across the organization, we are finding that we are still able to function really well. I think what my team right now is focused on is how do we keep the talent momentum going? What do we do for those parents who have children that are now home through the end of the year in the state of Virginia? What do we do for the folks who have families in Maryland, Virginia, where they're already doing some remote learning? How do we balance that load? How can we be creative? And then also we're thinking about the long-term effects of all of those extroverts that we hired to cover the news and sell for us and do all the things that they do, how do we help them when they're home by themselves?